Welcome back to Effortless Coding. My name is Samuel and I'm glad that you've joined us in another episode. Today we'll talk about CSS. CSS, you remember in HTML we talked about it. Kidogo just means cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheets. This will be an intro. We're going to start another series called the CSS series. Remember, HTML goes hand in hand with CSS. Now, CSS, basically, in simple terms, it makes our HTML document well and very well presentable. You don't want something that is plain. You want at least to introduce some sort of aesthetic. You remember my first HTML project that we did that didn't have any sort of styling? You don't want to have that as a web application. So you want to introduce some sort of styling so that it looks presentable to the person, going through your website. And that can only be done through CSS. So the question is, why should we use cascading style sheets instead of just applying the styles within our HTML document? Why do we need to have, again, another document specifically for styles? Now, there are several reasons as to why we should have CSS. Now, number one is it saves time. Now, imagine that you have like 100 different pages of HTML where you need to apply the same style throughout all those particular pages. So the best thing to do is to do what? Is to have only one style sheet. In the traditional way, you do styles for all those HTML documents. So it means you will code 100 times, 100 times those 100 pages, right? With regards to the styling. So if you want to change something, you'll have again to change 100 times. Now, when it comes to CSS, the best thing about it is you can just have one document and implement this document in all these 100 HTML. So that if there is a change that you want to do in all these 100 HTML documents, all you just need to do is to go to that one CSS document and change that one thing, and it will apply in all HTML documents. The second reason why you need to use CSS is because of easy maintenance. As I just explained previously, if you need to have only one change in all the 100 HTML documents, you only need to do it on one document instead of the 100 HTML documents. The third reason why you need to use CSS in your HTML documents is because it has very clean code. So search engines trust CSS, and it's easy for you to be, to be seen if you're using CSS as opposed to just using the styles directly in your HTML code. The fourth reason why you need to use CSS is because it actually has superior styles to HTML. Remember, I told you can still apply styles within your HTML document directly internally within that document, but it's actually limited. If you go to CSS, it has a wider array of style elements that you can use to apply to your HTML document. So it actually gives you a wider, it gives you a range of options as opposed to just doing those particular styles within your HTML document. The fifth reason why you need to use CSS is because it allows for offline browsing. This is actually done through what we call the offline cache, where it downloads code from a website and you can implement CSS from an offline point of view. So that is actually a very good feature of CSS, where it actually supports offline browsing. So with that info, I hope you now understand the basic concept of CSS. It's just an interior design. From the concept, the analogy of building and construction is just like, hiring an interior designer to come and do interior design to your house and, just make it appealing and, just ensuring that you have that environment that you want in your own home. So in the next episode, we'll now be talking about the syntax, how CSS is written, the general syntax, and from there we'll learn the different elements, selectors, and and all that with regards to CSS. So until next time, kudos.